OK, we have some breaking news to bring you following today's match. Official complaint to the Premier League that a more experienced referee was not selected to officiate a game of such magnitude.
The Emirates Stadium was electric on Saturday evening, but not for the right reasons. What was supposed to be another confident Arsenal performance turned into a night of controversy, anger, and disbelief as VAR once again took center stage, this time for denying Martin Ødegaard what many believe was a clear and undeniable penalty against West Ham United. The moment has since gone viral, dominating social media platforms and post-match discussions. From pundits to fans, almost everyone agrees, Arsenal entered the clash high on confidence, buoyed by recent victories that had them pushing hard at the top of the Premier League table. Mikel Arteta's men were eager to continue their strong form and maintain pressure on their title rivals. The Emirates buzzed with anticipation, the chants of "Come on you Gunners" echoing throughout North London as kick-off approached. From the first whistle, it was clear that Arsenal were in control. Their passing was sharp, their pressing relentless, and the movement between Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli was fluid and full of intent. West Ham, disciplined and organized, looked to absorb the pressure and counter when opportunities arose. By the 20th minute, Arsenal had already registered several shots on target. Declan Rice, facing his former club for the second time this season, looked determined to dictate the tempo. Every touch from the England midfielder was met with cheers from the home crowd. But despite the dominance, the Gunners couldn't find the breakthrough, and then came the flashpoint that changed everything. Midway through the first half, Arsenal's captain Martin Ødegaard found himself inside the West Ham box after a slick exchange with Bukayo Saka. As he prepared to strike, West Ham's defender made clear contact with Ødegaard's leg, sending him tumbling to the ground. The Emirates erupted. Ødegaard immediately appealed, Saka threw his arms up in disbelief, and Arteta was seen shouting from the touchline, gesturing toward the referee for a penalty. The referee waved play on. Moments later, VAR signaled a check. The big screen displayed the familiar message, VAR checking possible penalty foul. The stadium went silent, every fan holding their breath. Replays showed what seemed to be clear contact. Ødegaard's foot was clipped before he could make his pass, and the momentum of the challenge brought him down. Fans inside the Emirates and millions watching from home waited for what felt inevitable. But to the shock of everyone, the VAR review concluded, no penalty. Play on. Outrage and disbelief. The decision sent shockwaves through the Emirates. Boos echoed around the stadium. Arsenal players surrounded the referee in disbelief, with Ødegaard himself visibly frustrated. Arteta, usually composed, couldn't hide his anger, pacing the touchline and shaking his. Former Arsenal legend Ian Wright took to social media, writing, "That's a penalty all day long. No excuses. VAR is making a mockery of this league." Other pundits shared similar sentiments. Gary Neville, on commentary duty, described it as a Stonewall penalty that somehow VAR has managed to. After the incident, Arsenal's rhythm seemed to falter. The sense of injustice lingered, and West Ham began to grow into the game. The visitors looked dangerous on the counter-attack, with Bowen and Kudus exploiting spaces left by Arsenal's aggressive push forward. Just before halftime, West Ham delivered the sucker punch, a well-taken goal against the run of play. The Emirates fell silent, the earlier VAR decision now feeling even more costly. Despite their best efforts, Arsenal struggled to regain composure. Every tackle, every decision, seemed to go against them. Players' frustrations were visible, the spark that had defined their season seemed dimmed by the sense. After the final whistle, Mikel Arteta faced the media, his expression one of controlled fury. When asked about the Odegaard incident, he didn't hold back, it was a clear penalty. Everyone saw it. There was contact, and Martin was fouled. It's very difficult to understand how that is not given, especially with VAR. We are talking about consistency and fairness, and we didn't get that tonight. Odegaard, too, voiced his disappointment in a brief post-match interview. I felt the contact. I tried to play the ball, and he caught me. For me, it's a penalty. I don't know what else to say. West Ham manager David Moyes, unsurprisingly, saw things differently, praising his side's resilience and claiming his defender got a touch on the ball first. But even among West Ham fans online, there was quiet acknowledgement that Arsenal had a. This incident adds to the growing list of VAR controversies in the Premier League this season. Week after week, fans, players, and managers have questioned the consistency and transparency of video refereeing decisions. For Arsenal supporters, this wasn't just another bad call, it felt like a pattern. Similar moments earlier in the season, including dubious calls against Newcastle and Chelsea, have left fans feeling like the system is stacked against them. The Premier League and PMAL Professional Game Match Officials Limited have promised to review the incident, but Arsenal fans aren't holding their breath. Statements and apologies have become too familiar, and too little too late. Outside the Emirates, Arsenal supporters voiced their frustration. One lifelong fan, interviewed by Arsenal Fan TV, said, "It's becoming a joke now. How many times are we going to be on the wrong end of these decisions? VAR was supposed to fix this, not make it worse." Across social media, fan compilations of the challenge were shared thousands of times, with slow-motion replays clearly showing contact. The outrage transcended club rivalry. Even neutral fans agreed that the penalty should have been awarded. Some Arsenal fans even called for the Premier League to publish full audio recordings between VAR officials and the on-field referee, demanding transparency. Mikel Arteta has had his fair share of run-ins with VAR decisions in the past, but this one seemed to hit differently. His post-match demeanor reflected both passion and exhaustion, a manager tired of watching his players' efforts undone by questionable officiating. "We can't keep talking about these moments every week. The boys worked hard, they gave everything, and yet once again we're left talking about something outside our control," he said. It wasn't just about one penalty, it was about the broader issue of fairness and consistency in the league. Despite the controversy, Arsenal remain in contention at the top of the table. The performance, particularly in the first half, showcased their quality, intensity, and resilience. Odegaard, Saka, and Rice all impressed, even if the final result didn't reflect their efforts. The Gunners will now need to regroup quickly, turning frustration into motivation. With crucial fixtures ahead, including a potential title decider against Manchester City, every point will matter. Fans are urging the team to stay focused, even amid the chaos. One viral post summed it up perfectly: "They can rob us today, but they can't stop what's coming." North London forever. Saturday's clash at the Emirates will be remembered not for the goals scored or missed chances, but for yet another chapter in the ongoing VAR saga. Arsenal fans left the stadium angry, disappointed, and questioning the integrity of officiating in English football. VAR was introduced to eliminate human error, yet, week after week, it seems to deepen the sense of injustice. For Arsenal, this wasn't just a missed call, it was a moment that could have changed the outcome of the game, and possibly the direction of their season. As pundits, players, and fans continue to debate, one truth remains: football's emotion, passion, and fairness must come first. Until VAR decisions become transparent and consistent, the frustration will never end, and nights like this will continue to tarnish the beautiful game. For now, Arsenal fans can only hope that the next time Odegaard is fouled in the box, justice and not confusion prevails. Please subscribe and share.